Robin for persisting and calling and getting me to commit to come down, because I had never heard of the town and or the university or the Jensen Arctic Museum. So where am I going? Anyway, I was very pleased to accept the invitation, and I'd like to thank my host, Margaret Hall, and her family. They provided me a nice, firm, single bed with birds chirping outside this morning, and they made coffee this morning, and it was wonderful. I really thank them for hosting me. And usually I try to start out with a little language lesson, because as you know, the early teachers had rules, and the rule was you didn't speak Eskimo in the school or on the school grounds between 9 in the morning and 6 o'clock at night. And so I will teach you a little Inupiat. And as you know, when we Americans are trying to teach others to speak English, we tend to get loud. Like so if you can say Iggiagruk. Iggiagruk. Wonderful. It's a guttural G. Those two dotted G's on the title of my book. I'm named after my grandfather, Iggiagruk, whose English name was William Hensley. In our part of the world, we were colonized by the Quakers from Whittier, California. Richard Nixon's hometown, back in 1897. And as part of the conversion process, once you converted, they gave you a name. And so oftentimes they named a family after themselves, which is kind of neat, because your name goes on and on and on. And on other occasions, they would name our families after famous people. So I personally knew Abraham Lincoln, and his wife delivered me, Blanche did. I also knew George Washington and Robert E. Lee. So if you can say Iggiagruk, and that was almost an afterthought, because in our world we didn't actually put our Inupiat name in as part of our legal name when we're born. But we always did name our children, for someone in the family or somebody that was respected, somebody who had passed on. And so I decided to just use it in my book. And so if you Google Iggiagruk, a lot of stuff will come up. The other word is my hometown. You call it Kotzebue, right? Anybody been to Kotzebue? Oh yeah. Oh, look at the hands. Hey, famous place. Even Leslie Nielsen's been in Kotzebue. And Roy Rogers used to hunt polar bear out of Kotzebue. Nice, yeah. Way back in the 50s, when it was possible for white people to hunt polar bear. Now you can't. I met Edna Ferber in Kotzebue when she was writing, I think it was Ice Palace. Yeah. Anyway, so the real name of Kotzebue is Iggiagruk. Yeah, you close your throat and you blow some air through it. Iggiagruk. I think the linguists called it a glottal stop or something, I think. So if you say Iggiagruk. Very good. Well, in our language, Iggiagruk is an island. Iggiagruk would be a small island, or almost an island. And Kotzebue is about a 3-mile spit on a 40-mile peninsula called the Baldwin Peninsula, and that's where I was born. Anyway, so Iggiagruk. It's right on that paper that Robin made. Okay, well, let's get down to the meat of it. I know you're tired, you've been drinking, and it's Sunday, you want to go to church. So let's get on with it here. I just want to speak in general about the Native experience that we've had, and how this little memoir came about. I'm not a writer. I never claimed to be a writer, don't intend to be a writer, but I've had the very good fortune of having a book published. And for those of you who are writers, keep at it. It is a business, and I've had a wonderful editor, and Farrar Straus was a great outfit to work with, and I had never heard about them before. But the truth of the matter is, most Americans really know very little about Alaska, and even less about the native people who live there. And we have a huge territory that many myriad groups of native Alaskans live and have lived for literally 10,000 years. And the Inupiat live along the northern coast, starting around the mouth of the Yukon, and essentially going all the way to Quebec and Labrador, and to, of course, to Greenland. And it is a forbidding land, but we learned to live there, and it was our home, and we love it. The Inupiat people live to the south, in the southwest, in the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, and of course the Aleuts and on the Aleutian chain, the Athabascans in the vast interior, and the Tlinkit-Haida down in southeast, and the Tsimshians who came from British Columbia, and we let them in. Anyway, most writing about Alaska Native people has been done mostly by anthropologists, and traders, and missionaries, and teachers, and the occasional visitor. And it began to dawn on me that we really hadn't told our own story. We've had some excellent books by our own people, like